Hi. My father once told me that the US needs an enemy to survive, even if it needed to create this enemy, like what happened before in Vietnam, Iraq, or even Afghanistan. It needs a purpose to exist, to justify the interventions, starting a war here, weaponizing a genocide there, or putting sanctions somewhere. America needs all the time to feel it's the savior of the world. And that's actually, unfortunately, what is happening right now with Mr. President Donald Trump. It doesn't need a plan to stop a famine, Trump. It needs only to stop weaponizing Israel and fueling the genocide after 2 years of doing this. It needs to put sanctions, to use your power and the European countries' power, maybe, to put sanctions on Israel and to push it to stop killing people. As simple as this. You're not doing something new, by the way, because when Israel imposed this siege over Gaza Strip in 2007, their aim was actually limiting the Palestinian, the Gazan, under the 1,500 calories a day. You raised it to 1,750 calories a day. It's a diet. It's not breaking the siege. It's not stopping the genocide. It's a diet, Mr. Trump. And I think, what I really think, is that you're weaker than putting Israel behind the line and stopping the genocide and stopping weaponizing this genocide. And you're trying only to find any success before visiting the Middle East. So you're putting a plan to enter food. We have a proverb in Arabic which says, Guthum Jamal. Guthum Jamal means literally, their cat is a camel. And we say this proverb for anyone trying to make a big deal of something really simple and take some alternative ways instead of taking the main solution, which is stop weaponizing the genocide. Stop the genocide, Mr. President, and open the borders. We have borders with Egypt. Or you're just weaker than this and you don't want to stop the genocide. You want to look like a savior by creating a problem which is the starvation, and then coming up with a silly solution like your plan. Then, yeah, appear like a savior while not making real change. Misleading us from the main problem, which is the genocide and the occupation, and make us focus only on how to enter food for the Gazans that you are a beneficiary of killing them all. So, Mr. President, I have a better solution. Open the borders, stop weaponizing Israel, stop the genocide. And another note, the AIDS is entering to Gaza is not your aid. You're not feeding the people of Gaza. It's the nations and the people's donations for the people of Gaza, because your administration is killing those people. But cancel the donations and the UNRWA and other parties that used to help the people of Gaza. So, yeah, you're not a savior. You're not even the one paying for this food. You're only paying for the weapons and for closing the borders. Stop making up problems to have some attention, Mr. President, okay? Bye.
Been more than 12 hours of constant bombardment through all of the G Strip. We are getting weary and tired and exhausted of the situation, and I have seen the reports from all over the G Strip, and I know some families who have lost some of their members to the brutal attacks. And a lot of people, the people that I follow on the ground here, like some of my relatives, my friends, and journalists and writers who I follow from the G Strip, they are all talking about one thing, which is stopping the war at any cost. So I'm here to take your opinion, and I want you to share your opinion with me, because I don't know what is the solution anymore. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to ask from you, and maybe because I am here within the G Strip, I can't think straight anymore. I have been depressed for some time now, and I'm so exhausted of making ideas and attempts to free my people, free myself and my family. a lot of people have been using the quotes from the history on our Islamic religion, which is, as I stated multiple times, that states that the human life triumphs everything and it values everything, and this is what we should prioritize at the moment. So they are saying that each group already agreed to 99% of the demands that the Prime Minister Netanyahu is asking for, but he keeps on asking for more, and whenever they agree to one term, he changes it and asks for another thing. So a lot of people have been asking each group to surrender fully and accept all of the terms, but they already did that. And now I think they are asking of delivering all of the prisoners, the hostages, and then after 2 to 3 months they will get back to war, but against who exactly? So I am asking you, what do you think is the solution for this? Like, we agreed to everything, like they are willing to surrender and everything. I don't know. So share your opinion with me, share your thoughts. I am kind of in need of hearing some other ideas and some other plans for this. Thank you.
Hey, this video is meant to summarize what is happening now in Gaza Strip and to tell you that we are in the most dangerous phase of the entire genocide and even the Palestinian history. Yesterday, Israel launched a military operation, a huge, brutal military operation that only started with the killing of more than 100 Palestinians in one single night.
הלילה נהרגו כמעט 100 עזתים בעזה, וזה כבר לא מעניין אף אחד, כי כולם התרגלו שאפשר להרוג 100 עזתים בלילה אחד במלחמה.
Before evacuating the rest of the north and the eastern areas of Gaza Strip. And when I say the east, I mean the whole east, between Beit Hanun far north and Rafah far south. This is approximately 50% of Gaza Strip area, besides the Rafah that has been destroyed and emptied, and the areas of Beit Hanun, Beit Lahiya and Jabalia, along with the advancing of the Israeli army and tanks and the permanently existence of the army at these areas, and the starvation of the people for more than 75 days now. The Israeli Broadcasting Corporation, the official and non-official statements are all saying that the goal of this plan is to completely annex and control Gaza Strip after forcing the population to flee to the south, to Rafah, after completely destroying it and turning it into a military zone before transferring them to a third country outside of Gaza Strip forever, which means totally emptying the strip. And to make sure that the Palestinians wouldn't be able to come back to their homes, the occupation prime minister announced that the ultimate way to do this is by destroying the infrastructure, the schools, the hospitals, the homes, the playgrounds, every single place that the Palestinians can return to live or to even put their tents in will be destroyed. And because this is a long, complicated plan to implement, Israel will also use starvation to force people to flee to the places they announce, and of course will be committing hundreds of massacres to achieve this plan. And actually, this is what Israel has just begun to do. Listen, Israel is in the final steps to wipe us out, and we've been informing you about every single thing happening with us for almost 2 years. You have no excuses to not stop arming Israel by any way. You have no excuses to keep their embassies in your countries. You have no excuses to live your life normal. We are sending the last call, okay? Isolate Israel. Stop the arms convoys. Stop the life in your countries. We trust you, and we know that you can take off to the streets as if the genocide has just begun. We trust you.
None of us can sleep tonight because we know that the Palestinians are being annihilated. And if you look at any social media feed, there is nothing the Palestinian voices have been completely blocked out. You will find old content, you will find our content, but you will not find their images. They're just two videos floating around. The one of the ambulance and the one of the clothing. Nothing else. Go take a look for yourself. And I just told my friend Mohammed that in Gaza. And I said, what do we need to do? How can we amplify you? What can we tell the world? And he said, tell them that we are hungry, we are starving, and they are killing us while we are starving. We cannot sleep from the hunger, and we cannot sleep from the bombing. Nobody is sleeping tonight. The explosions are everywhere. That's all they can hear. They're literally, you know how we count sheep? They're literally counting explosions. So if you can, if you have any families that you're in communication with, be their voice right now, because they are being silenced. Share their videos, share their messages, keep talking, because while the world is already not watching, when it's not on our screens, they are going to do the worst of the worst. So this is now our time to step up and amplify their voice.
My name is Chase Slinko Looper, and I'm the founder of West Virginia Fights Back. Woo! And let me say this loud enough for even the cowards hiding behind hoods and flags to hear. You are not safe anymore, not in these hollers, not in these churches, not in your compounds, not in this country you keep trying to claim. For too long, you walked like you owned the land, puffed your chest with lies and blood, and the ghost stories that you so-called heritage, cross-burning, robes dragging, Bibles twisted into weapons, but you forgot something crucial. Time moves forward, and history never forgets who lit the match. This country trained a lot of us to follow orders. Then it betrayed us. Some of us woke up. Some of us learned what real loyalty looks like. Loyalty to the people you tried to crush. You think we're soft because we care? You think compassion is weakness? That fighting for the poor, the queer, the black, the immigrant, the disabled makes us easy prey? That is your mistake. Yes. And it's one you will regret. Yes. We are not weak. We are wide awake, and we are everywhere. You thought slipping Trump back into office gave you cover? You thought dressing fascism in a flag and a suit would shield you from the consequences? But your moment of comfort was brief. That silence you are hearing now, that's not surrender, it's coordination. Woo! From 2016 onward, hate crimes rose by more than 40%. That wasn't a glitch, that was your war cry. But you weren't the only one listening. We have a message too. It's not delivered through tweets or polite debates. It spreads in the streets, the unions, the forests, the schools, the kitchens, the community halls, and it's gaining ground. You still call it heritage, we call it rot, and rot gets cleared. Ida B. Wells once said, the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. So here's your light, bright and unforgiving. You scurry like roaches, but the walls are closing in. We've done this before in 1921 on these very mountains. 10,000 coal miners, black, white, immigrant, stood together and rose against the machine. They didn't wait for permission. They fought side by side for something bigger than fear. If they could fight back then, we can sure as hell fight now. Each time you spread your poison, each time you whisper hate in the corners of our communities, you remind us why we organize harder. You make yourselves the reason we grow stronger. You want to show up in our hollers? Try it. Just don't expect those roads to be easy coming back. You might not find it at all. We're not our grandparents. We don't look the other way. we sure as hell don't forget. No more pretending that you're patriots. You're not misunderstood. You're not rebels. You're domestic terrorists. And we've learned too well what it looks like. We see you, and you are not the future. Woo! This movement is rising from rage, grief, hunger, and an unshakable love for those you've tried to erase. That love will outlast you. That love will undo everything you built from fear. So meet, march, plot, chant your little circles, make your maps, print your flyers, light your torches if you must. But understand this, the hills are watching, and they're not watching alone. We don't need a military, we are millions. We don't need uniforms, we wear scars and resolve. We don't wait for justice, we carry it with us. You cannot kill a movement born from fire. We've got nothing left to lose but our chains. So brace yourselves. The reckoning does not knock, it kicks in the door. Thank you.
KKK, you're on notice. Game over.